beginning of December, we put up a video where we showed the progression of the Javelin from a rigid frame in 2021 to a full suspension bike that it is today. We also announced that we would be doing a program where we would do a small batch of bikes that would get sent out for people to test ride. We have now completed that small batch and are ready to send them out and want to show you guys what those bikes look like. This bike has a lot of very innovative features and we haven't gone over them in those little videos I've been doing, so I just want to talk about a few more right now. The first thing is the bike is going to have a base model that you will then be able to upgrade as time goes on or at time of purchase. For example, the top plate that has all the different switches, people will be able to choose from 3 switches up to 5, and I'm going to show you what those switches do. Also, the screen is going to be getting an update. It is going to start as this base model, but in about a month or two, we're going to be adding a variation of it that actually features AirPlay, so you can have a full GPS on your screen. There will be many other side panels for people to choose from. These will include a stainless steel version, an acrylic version, and we're very excited because we will plan to have a speaker option. Yes, the bike will have an option for a sound system that can get built in. You can install on your bike and play music through it. Okay, so let's go over the controls of the bike. The first thing that I'm going to talk about is very unique, and that is how you control the turn signals. Rather than being on one side using a small lever, you actually control each turn signal with its respective hand. So on this bike, with your right hand, this top button controls the right turn signal. The left top button controls the left turn signal. So there's no more fiddling with your left hand to try to reach this small lever to figure out if it's actually engaged or not. You can use each respective hand, and it just seems to make way more sense. We're really liking this. It will also show you on the screen that turn signal is activated. The lower 2 buttons are also very unique. On your right hand, you have a cruise control setting, and then if you go down to the control box and flick the switch, you've now changed what that button does, and if I hold it down, it will activate reverse. So the bike actually has a reverse function, which is very nice considering the bike is about 150 pounds. On your left hand, you have a horn function, which is very loud compared to pretty much any other e-bike out there. We really love it. And in the future, there's going to be an additional button that you can use for your turbo mode. This is also where we're going to include the game mode in the future. The other switch controls your street riding mode or your high power mode, which is kind of like a track mode. On top is your light switch. And then you'll see 2 more additional switches here. These are accessory switches. The bike will be available in a 3-switch option, a 4-switch option, and a 5-switch option. The 3 switches are enough to control the main functions of the bike, and the other 2 switches will be there for accessories. So if you guys want to add extra lights or things like that, you can do that. So looking at the front of the bike, if you remember, they are 19-inch wheels. This is a really nice motorcycle tire. It's kind of like somewhat all-terrain. It's more designed for the street, but you can do some light trail with it. On the front, we actually have our own custom-made stainless steel fenders. These are really great. We might make a longer option in the future, but for now, we've been really liking these. If you look towards the control panel, this is where the controller lives. And right up front here is a 1/4-inch thick stainless steel bash guard that is there to protect this entire system. You'll notice a second hole right next to the shock mount. That is because we have an ability to move the shock from this position to there. That raises the height of the bike for taller riders. In addition to that mount, there is actually a spacer ability for the foot mount. And this gives you the ability to have riders as tall as 6'6", 6'7" riding this thing comfortably. It's pretty amazing. I know a lot of you guys are going to wonder what the price of the bike is. Well, keep in mind, this is a made in the USA bike. So everything from our frame, the powder coating, the seat, the whole assembly of the bike, we are doing it here in North Brantford. But despite that, we have been able to reduce the cost a lot because of the way this frame is made. So we're excited to say, at launch, the bike will be $48.95. That includes a 40 amp hour stainless steel battery, the 3,000 watt nominal motor, and everything else that you see here. This is the base model of the bike, and at the time of purchase, there will be ways to upgrade it, like the different panels and different headlights and things like that. At base, for $48.95, we think this is a great deal. However, this is the Alpha bike, and there's only a small number of these that are made, and they're going to be going to people for test riding. And we're very excited to say the cost of the test bikes is $0. That's right, we are not going to charge anything for these bikes. To be able to get one of these, you are simply going to have to go to sparkcycleworks.com, go to the Javelin page, and apply. We will review the applications and determine who is going to be the test riders for these bikes, or as we like to call them, the test pilots. The Alpha bikes are also going to come with these jackets, and we will make them custom for each rider. That's it for the Javelin today. In a week or so, we're going to be doing another update video giving you a more definitive timeline on how this whole production is going to run out. Thanks for your patience. We know it's been a wild ride and we're anxious to see what you guys think.